All right, we have some news just coming in, and these are pictures, in fact, of the C-17 that is, in fact, carrying 12 more cheetahs from South Africa to India. The second batch of 12 cheetahs are all set to now arrive. With this total number of cheetahs in the country will go up to 20. The second batch is coming nearly 5 months after the Prime Minister launched the world's first ever intercontinental cheetah translocation project. The wild African cat will reach the Gwalior Air Base in Air Force's C-17 aircraft and will later be shifted to quarantine enclosures at the Kuno National Park. Remember, India had signed a memorandum of understanding with South Africa under which Africa is going to provide 10 to 12 cheetahs every year for the next 10 years. All this comes under the ambitious Project Cheetah of the Government of India, which the government aims to reintroduce the species to its former habitat after a period of 71 years. Hemendra is getting us more details. Hemendra, in fact, we put out those pictures which show the C-17 there, which has now entered the skies of Madhya Pradesh, and India will have now 20 cheetahs in total. Also, this comes at a time when we know that the existent 8 ones in Kuno are doing very well.
Well, yes, now in total 20 cheetahs are going to be there at Kuno. 12 are coming from South Africa. Earlier there were 8 cheetahs that were brought to Kuno. Prime Minister Modi was in Kuno at that time when the 8 cheetahs were brought. And as you said, they are doing well. In fact, in between there was a minor scare. One cheetah was not doing that well, but the vets out over there and they took really good care of him. And after that, it is now being reported that every cheetah is fine, hale and hearty. And they have in fact been let out into the outer circle now, and they are trying to ensure that they now try to feed, because initially they were kept inside this inner core circle where they were provided with food and they were not allowed to prey, but now slowly, gradually they are being allowed to move out and also prey.
You know, take us to the kind of arrangements that have been made there already, I'm sure similar to the ones that had been made 5 months ago, and how they are going to be introduced now. There are 12 more cheetahs that are now going to be the inhabitants of the park. Yes.
They have that SOP laid down. Initially, they are going to be brought first to let them acclimatize with the local conditions and weather. They are going to be inside the core circle that they have built. And from that, after they get acclimatized, they will be set out into the outer circle, and from the outer circle finally into the open. But that is a long time to happen. It will take some time to happen, because initially the first target is to ensure that they remain healthy, because they have come from, it's a translocation and transcontinental location, so they have to be first acclimatized, and once they get acclimatized to the local conditions, they would be set into the outer circle, which has been built over there at Kuno. And from there, once they, the local authorities, with the forest officials, they are fully assured that they can now be allowed to go out in the open. That would happen.
We're getting all the details of the cheetahs now landing in the Gwalior, at the Gwalior Air Force Base. That's happening as we speak. In just a few moments from now, we will see that aircraft C-17 land with 12 cheetahs that have come in from South Africa. This, of course, Hemendra, is a part of the Government of India's initiative to introduce cheetahs in the country. And this is going to continue, isn't it, for the next 10 years or so?
Well, yes, that's part of the Operation Cheetah that the Prime Minister of India has launched. And in the first phase, 8 cheetahs were brought. Second phase, 12 have been brought. So it's a long-term project, and it's not just confined to 1 year. It's not just confined to 2 years. It's a very, very long project. And the Government of India says that this is going to, once the cheetah gets firmly put to the Kuno, a lot of things are going to change. The economy is going to change. There are lots of things that the Government of India is planning, and all that has to happen only once this project is, the success of this project is ensured. And for that, all required steps, possible steps are being taken. The government is ensuring that every possible care is taken of the cheetahs who have been brought.
Yes, in fact, we're seeing with those pictures, in fact, from Madhya Pradesh at the Gwalior Air Base now, where we will see the C-17 land when the cheetahs then are going to be uploaded, and as all the SOPs accordingly will be followed. Remember, this is the translocation of 12 cheetahs to India as a part of an initiative to expand the cheetah population and reintroduce the mammals in the country. They had in fact been really wiped out from Indian soil essentially 71 years ago. This is an ambitious project, Hemendra, of the Government of India to reintroduce cheetahs, but these cheetahs are of South African origin. What more can you tell us about the 8 cheetahs that are already there and about how they are doing?
Well, as you said, that it's an ambitious Government of India project to reintroduce the cheetah that had got wiped out from India around 71 years ago. In fact, the last cheetah was spotted somewhere in Raipur in Chhattisgarh, and after that the cheetah went extinct. So now the Government of India, to ensure that ecological balance, is trying to reintroduce the cheetah in India, and for that 8 cheetahs were initially brought from now 12 more have been brought, taking the total population of cheetah to 20. The 8, those who were initially brought last year, they are really doing well. One of the cheetahs, in between, it was reported, was not doing that well. There was some scare, but the vet took care of him, and after that, now the authorities claim that he's doing really well. They have now been let out into the outer enclosure, from where they are going to go into the open, and they would be allowed to prey for themselves. But the Government of India, as per the SOPs that have been laid down, they are trying to ensure that they first get fully acclimatized to the conditions, and once that happens, and once they are assured for themselves that the cheetahs can now be let out into the wild, they would be allowed to do that.
All right, I'm going to thank you, Hemendra, for getting us up to speed with all of those developments. So we have 12 more cheetahs from South Africa that are now arriving in India. Remember, this is a part of the government's ambitious translocation program as far as cheetahs concerned. Translocating 12 cheetahs to India is a part of this initiative to expand the cheetah population in the country.